question, the member for Thunder Bay, Atikokan.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs. The Liberal carbon tax hurts Ontario farmers and limits their potential to grow our agricultural and food industry. Since the implementation of this punitive tax in 2019, our farmers have seen production costs increase exponentially. Speaker, people in my riding of Thunder Bay, Atikokan and all across the province rely on Ontario farmers to grow high-quality, healthy food for their families. It's not fair that the federal Liberals are continuing to punish farmers who already utilize environmentally responsible practices with a tax that does absolutely nothing to reduce emissions. They need to scrap the tax now. Speaker, can the minister please share what she has heard directly from Ontario farmers about the impact of the carbon tax on their businesses?
Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm pleased to rise in the House today and first and foremost acknowledge the great member from Thunder Bay, Atikokan, who's doing a beautiful job advocating for his riding as well as all of Northern Ontario. And you know what? We're meeting with farmers every day. And just a couple of weeks ago, Drew Spolstra, president of the Ontario Federation of Agriculture, joined the Premier and myself and the president of the Treasury Board at a rally in Holland Marsh. And Drew spoke to people and shared that he dried 2,200 tons of grain last fall, and it cost him $4,500 in carbon tax alone. And that was before the 23% increase that we realized as of April 1st. Drew explained that the carbon tax makes Ontario farmers less competitive against imports, and it also makes Ontario products less competitive around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, beef farmers of Ontario are in the House today, and the chair of BFO shared earlier this morning that 40% of all beef produced in Ontario is exported. So for goodness sakes, we need to be doing everything we can to make sure that Ontario farmers are competitive, not only in Ontario and North America, but around the world. The Queen of the Carbon Tax needs to jam on the brakes of that minivan and...
Thank you. Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the Minister for that response. I know my constituents will be pleased to hear that, unlike the federal Liberals and their provincial buddies, our government is actually listening to farmers in Ontario. The carbon tax harms hardworking individuals, businesses and farmers. But, Speaker, the Prime Minister keeps saying that farmers are exempted from the carbon tax. As we just heard from the Minister, that is not the case. Ontarians won't be fooled by the Liberals' money-grabbing schemes and their carbon tax. Speaker, can the Minister please explain how the federal carbon tax is negatively impacting Ontario's farmers?
Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs.
Thank you, Speaker. And, you know, we need to get something straight here in the House today. There's been a lot of rhetoric that farmers are exempted, but the fact of the matter is the only thing exempted on an Ontario farm today is the diesel used in tractors, coloured fuel. And the fact of the matter is we need propane. We need natural gas on our farms to heat our barns and to also dry down our crops in the fall. And, you know, greenhouses are really getting hit hard. Drew, the president of OFA, also explained that one greenhouse relied on natural gas. Their total energy bill of $13,614 included nearly $4,000 in carbon tax alone. And again, that was before the April 1st increase. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one way that we can stand by farmers in Ontario, and it's by joining together and telling the Queen of the Carbon Tax to get to Ottawa and tell those federal Liberals once and for all to scrap the tax.